I'm going to review Mr. Beast's Feastable e-commerce website and show you, in my opinion, what they're doing right and maybe what they're doing wrong. Pull yourself up a chair and let's talk about it. My name is TJ Gamble and I'm the founder and CEO of Jamerson, where we've been helping grow e-commerce businesses for over 20 years. Now I'm gonna do a little shopping on the site, give you my thoughts on it as we go through it, and then we'll do an unboxing and go over the post-purchase experience. Let's get into it. Now I'm expecting a lot out of Mr. Beast on this. The guy doesn't do anything halfway. So I'm expecting he has a fantastic team and that this is going to be a really good e-commerce experience, but we'll see. Right off the bat, I get hit with the wanna win big, scratch to win. So they're trying to get my mobile number, they're trying to get me into some sort of marketing list, which is smart, because 15 to 30% of a lot of e-commerce's businesses' revenue comes from email, and text kind of falls in line with that. There's a lot going on here. Like, the graphic design is over the top. I just scrolled over a cow and there's so many details in this site. Maybe too many details in this site, but there are a lot of different levels of e-commerce site, right? When you're just getting started, you're gonna wanna go buy a theme, lightly customize it, and there are a lot of fairly successful businesses that are gonna do that, you know, selling millions of dollars in sales, where they don't necessarily have the budget to custom tailor every aspect. And it is very obvious that this site is completely custom built from the ground up. Obviously using Shopify, but they have left no stone unturned when it comes to customizing little aspects of this site, which is great. It's great to see someone with the budget to be able to go in and really custom tailor their user experience. And it adds a lot of fun, a lot of little Easter eggs as you hover over cows. There's MS Paint here. I'm assuming I can draw on the page. So we can draw Mr. Beast, fill in his mustache here and give him a much nicer mustache. Probably some sound. I'm not sure any of that is necessary. It's Mr. Beast's brand though, so I get it. But on a normal site, I would just consider those things distractions from the purpose, which is to get them to buy this candy bar. Typically, you're gonna wanna have categories and not just a shop button if you can avoid it, right? Sometimes you can't, sometimes you have a lot of categories. But if you have just a few top level categories, then you're gonna wanna have those shown and not have someone have to hover or click to see them. But in this case, there are really not any categories. Like, there's only a handful of products. Looks like 5 different chocolate bars and then variations. So you have a variety pack, a bundle, and then a bigger bundle. So it's really 5 products and some bundles off of that. I think this menu works really well for that. They're really promoting the everything bundle, like the really high-end stuff up at the top, and then you get through the products, and then there's a variety pack at the bottom. And you've got win here. Winning and games and giving things away is very much a part of the Mr. Beast brand, so I wouldn't expect anything different on the website. Let's go back to the homepage, kind of scroll down. A lot of motion, a lot of things moving around, almost too much. Again, it's a little over the top, but I think for the market that Mr. Beast is really serving, it works. You want to get their attention. You want them to join the giveaway and end up in the marketing list, so that you could then market the next thing to them, right? Because Mr. Beast has done Mr. Beast Burger, he's got Feastables. I assure you, he's not done releasing businesses and products. And so whenever he's ready to launch that next thing, if he has millions of people in his mailing list or in his text list, he's pretty much guaranteed success on those as well. A lot of scrolling, and then we get into a little bit about why, right? So you need to be selling why they need to buy this product, or if you're not the only place that sells this product, why they should be buying it from you. In this case, it's really about why you should be buying this product, because this is the only place to get it. So we're talking about, 4 ingredients, gluten-free, organic, really selling this particular product. It's not just another chocolate bar. This one's special. It's simple. It's not overdone. And then highlighting the flavors. It's a really long homepage, but when you have a limited product set, just kind of put everything on the homepage. It's kind of what they've done. They do have product pages, but there's not categories. So it's like homepage, product pages for the most part. With a very limited product set, this structure would work. They're having a lot of fun with the user-generated content. Now, I don't know if these are real or if all of these are just kind of made up, or if they got these quotes and then they hard coded them here. I don't know if these update and change and refresh, but they've picked some fun ones, some funny ones, highlighted those on the home page with these, what would you call them? These little caricatures of the people who said it. Again, really great use of user-generated content down here. Like, these are obvious pictures and videos of people who have bought the product, really showing that it's fun, people having fun with it, which it's a candy bar. Like, you should be having fun with it. Now, Mr. Beast can obviously get people to do things that you probably couldn't with your candy bars, but it's, you know, really fun way of highlighting that. And then we talk about the Beast philanthropy portion of it here, which is another good, why should you buy this product? Because he's not just sticking all of that money in his pocket. Like, he's actually doing good things with it. Anytime you can associate your products with a good cause, should be able to see a lift in sales from that. All right, so that's pretty much the home page. This is an interesting structure. You don't see a site like this every day. My main knock on it, the only thing that I really am a little iffy about it is it may be a little too much. It may be a little extra, a little over the top. He's actually got some really good usability options here on the site. So you can, you can tone it down, you can do different things to make it more usable. So that helps. But from like a conversion rate optimization usability thing, the only thing I'm a little iffy about are the buttons. I'm gonna tell you each and every time that buttons should have a unique color, so that people are kind of trained to say, hey, I see a button of that color, that's a button I should be interested in because I've clicked that button color a few times before. The buttons are kind of blue, but they use that color in other places as well. Like, that's what the main navigation is up top. That's what the background of this is. This button is yellow. That yellow is used everywhere. And then the buttons have this kind of drop shadow design to them, but they use that drop shadow design with the boxy look in all sorts of places that are not clickable. And so it doesn't become obvious what is clickable and is a button and what is not. I would like to see these use a color or a design that makes them stand out so that you're aware of what's clickable and I shouldn't have to hover over and click on everything to see what is clickable. That's the only real concern. Otherwise, fantastic graphic design, really over the top as far as the level of detail of this site. So let's go to a product here. What do we want? Okay, so the variety pack is not its own product page. It is just an option selected on the chocolate bar product page. It's an 18 pack of 6 different, so it's 3, it's the original, it's the almond, and it's the quinoa, but you don't get the chocolate sea salt? Drop the quinoa, man. Give me the sea salt. Now I don't want the bundle. You've got reviews. If you click reviews, it takes you down to the reviews. So that's super easy. That's well done. It gives you a lot of information about the product right here at the add to cart button so that I don't have to go looking for it. This is fairly easy to use. Almost all of these, that yellow bar really stands out, their yellow button. But when I go to the yellow one, the almond, it doesn't stand out as much. So like, this would not be great usability for me. I would want that button to stand out, which it does on every other one. This were just a slightly different color, or maybe the button was a different color that worked on all of the background colors. But at the same time, unless that's the first one you landed on, you're gonna know that button's there before you click to the yellow. And it's not that hard to find because of the way it's laid out. Only 5 ingredients, made with organic cocoa. Like, we're talking about the, what it contains, why it's special. It may be shipped in multiple boxes. So lots of information in a little bit of space here. Great photography. Like, the photography is top notch, right? These little stacks, these towers, and then the box, like all of that's really good. Nice little subtle drop shadow. I even like how they kind of animate in. Like, that's really cool. Again, just next level detail. And then down here, oftentimes you would see lifestyle photos there, people using the product. If you're selling barbecue grills, people standing outside barbecuing and different things like that. kind of enhance the lifestyle of that product. These are just, really support photos. They're not so much lifestyle, but they kind of serve the same purpose, right? Good design and just trying to get you more interested in the product. I Am Fun. This really sells, what it's about, plant-based, sugarcane. I mean, these are things in most chocolate, but I'm sure there's probably some things added to a lot of mass-produced chocolate. Even if it's not, like, I'm not gonna go do the research to find out if this chocolate is better for me than other chocolate bars. This page is just selling me that it is. Like, I don't need to go find out. You don't have to say other products suck. You just have to say my product doesn't suck, which implies that the other products suck that are out there on the market, whether they do or whether they don't, right? You didn't say that. You just said mine's cool. This one's good. This one's organic and plant-based and delicious. People tend to believe it. You've got reviews, again, showing user-generated content. We've got those reviews there. And then we're merchandising other things that you might be interested in. I may have to buy one of these with a t-shirt. I'm sure one of the kids would like a t-shirt. Let's look at some user-generated content. And I'm curious if these are curated. There's no bar in that picture. It's literally just a guy's muddy boots, and he's talking about it, and he just posted a random picture. And they added it, which is, it's funny, as long as you're curating these to make sure they're not inappropriate. Like this, like who would have thought? I never would have taken a chocolate bar, melted it down, and put it over strawberries. There's nothing that will sell potential customers more on a product than reviews and user-generated content from people who have already bought it and enjoyed the product. For a simple site that doesn't have a lot to sell you, right? There's just a handful of products and there's not a lot to say. Right? They've got like 6 lines to tell you about the chocolate bar. They've done a really good job. They've done a great job of building a really nice product page. Again, the over-the-top graphic design, like this is exactly what I would expect from Mr. Beast. Okay, so this is 10 of every flavor and a t-shirt. Let's just go with a medium t-shirt. One of my kids will wear it around the house, or my wife will work in the yard in it or something. Mr. Beast thinks I like, okay, so there's some upsells in the cart page, which is nice. I like that. I've already bought one of everything though, so I don't know what they could potentially upsell me, but I like that. I like the, the customization Mr. Beast thinks you would like. Free shipping, 2 items, even though I added 1, but it's bundled t-shirt, so I get it. I've earned free shipping. Okay, so free shipping on orders over $49. I'm curious, I'm gonna delete these items and come back to that. I wanna see how that looks if I don't have free shipping. All right, so they've now suggested something that is not what's already in my cart. They give me a nice indicator of how far away from free shipping. That's how a free shipping indicator should be. That bar may be proportionate to how much I have spent to get to free shipping. So that's well done. It's a good looking cart. Shipping and taxes are calculated at checkout. Let's go back and get our everything bundle here. All right, so standard Shopify checkout at this point. I could do Shop Pay. They do root package protection, which I'm assuming is for the chocolate. I'll have to look. I don't know much about root package protection, but chocolate is difficult to ship. It'll melt. Maybe that's some sort of insurance for it, or that's some sort of add-on for ice packs and things. I would assume they've already got that calculated in though. One-click protect. Root offers tracking services and shipping protection, which extends insurance for online purchases. Like, I get it. They're trying to cut down on fraud, but like, I don't like the fact that they didn't ask me if I wanted package protection. Like, it's not on me to make sure the package gets to me. And you just charged me $2.35 to force me to insure the package. Okay, Mr. Beast could probably get away with it, probably won't be any problem whatsoever. But if I were on some other site and I were just ordering some little small thing, if I'd have just ordered $10 in candy bars and you dropped a $2.35 insurance on my package, I would probably bounce. So you need to be careful with that. So we're looking at $111.35 for a whole bunch of chocolate. And then they've got, a bunch of different checkout options. You could do PayPal, you could do whatever. So we've paid for our order using Shop Pay, and then they give us another product, an upsell, post-purchase upsell, which are good. Post-purchase upsells are great. Just make sure it's not something they've already bought if possible. This is the second site in a row we've reviewed where the post-purchase upsell is something I bought. In this case, I'm gonna give Mr. Beast a break on this one because we bought everything. And so he has nothing to post-purchase upsell us if he wanted to. Like, he can't show us anything we didn't buy because we bought everything in the store. So this is interesting. Once we get to the final checkout page, they're asking us our age range. This is good. Like, you want to, along the way, add data to your information you have about your customers. So if you've got a text list, if you've got an email list, especially if you're going to be marketing other products later, or if you're going to be marketing to them in general, the more information you have about them, the better. And so if you're selling auto parts, having what car that they actually are buying parts for is useful. Having demographics about them, are they male or female? What are their age? This is kind of interesting. I'm not going to give it to them, but it's interesting. All right, so we're done ordering. Hopefully we'll have some chocolate here in just a second to review. We might have overdone it with our chocolate order here, but before we open these guys up, let's check out the post-purchase experience on Feastables. So these are the emails that we've received since we placed our order. And we got a nice order confirmation and an explanation of Root, their insurance on their order. And that came, right after we placed our order. So right after we placed our order, it shows us what's in it, allows us to track it, really nice branded emails. These came from Klaviyo. And then they have just been marketing to us left and right. We had abandoned a cart when we were testing, and so they're showing us our abandoned cart. They're sending us those. When we signed up for their newsletter, we went in and added that. Really good emails. They're coming, one every, and we may get a few more because we abandoned a cart along with our order, so we're getting pretty much an email a day from them, sometimes 2 a day, but I think we're getting an email from them every day, and then we're getting updates to our order. So we placed the order on July 6th, and the order actually shipped out on the 9th. So 3-day turnaround, which was pretty good because I think we had ordered it in the afternoon. Let's see. Actually, we ordered it in the morning. So we ordered it in the morning, and in 3 days, they shipped it out. The 9th was a Friday, I believe, so it took a few days for it to get here just because of the weekend. Was a little longer shipping than they estimated, but again, that was more on the carrier than them. So it shipped out on a Friday, it arrived on a Monday. They have really good branded tracking pages. So when you click to track your order, they have these great tracking pages, using some memes there, which obviously fit the branding, gives me lots of details about the order, and then they're upselling me. I mean, you got them here, why not continue to sell them more products? Unfortunately, we bought everything, so they don't really have a whole lot to sell us. But that's a pretty good, about as good as could be expected post-purchase user experience. Obviously not the one-day Amazon, but nobody can compete with that. This was very pleasant. Every time I was kind of curious as to where my order was, I got an update on it. The most important thing is let's try the chocolate and see how that tastes. Check the packaging. This is box number 1. And we have 2 boxes. Don't know which is in what, but this is more than I expected. I guess I did not realize how much chocolate we were ordering, but I was not expecting 2 large boxes like this. So for the price, this may have been a great deal. Let's see if we won anything. That's gonna be exciting. Okay, so really solid packaging. They've got this insulated box. Let me see if I can kind of show that to you here. I don't have an above camera, but a really nice insulated box here for the packaging. That's just kind of a space filler. They had an ice pack. This was an ice pack, which they put in a plastic bag so it doesn't get any moisture on the candy. It is completely melted, which is what it's supposed to do, right? It is supposed to keep the product cool. So nice insulated packaging. Probably why it took 2 large boxes, because this is not nearly full. Just pull all the packing material out. Once we take this kind of flap off that was between the coolant, you've got the Mr. Beast candy boxes. And this may be one of the reasons there's another ice pack on the bottom. So they really go the extra mile to make sure these things are staying cool. But out of this huge box, that's all that was in it, were these guys here. This has a little it was a little squished. It was a little, you can see how it's a little deformed. I don't know if you can see that on camera. It's a little bowed there where this obviously got pressed down a little bit, but hopefully our product on the inside is fine. Again, very branded packaging, has all your nutrition information, which I'm sure is required by law. Some sort of sticker on the top so I can scan and win, which we will do in a second. But let's check the second box. I'm gonna have to get a different camera set up. We're gonna be doing unboxing. So same thing, insulated packaging. And here are 3 boxes. And I thought this came with a t-shirt, did it not? Did the t-shirt ship from somewhere else, maybe? So no t-shirt. So that's a little bit of a concern. Now I have to go check and see what was delivered, because our order came with a t-shirt, because we got the everything bundle, and I'm checking on your order has shipped. Track my order. Does it show me what was in it? It says the everything bundle was in there. So is there a t-shirt hidden underneath? I can really get a good look at this. Now we're making a mess. Pick this one up, see what's here. Another ice pack on the bottom. I am not seeing any t-shirt whatsoever. They may have messed up. We're about to check their support then. Okie dokie. Lots of chocolate. Which one am I trying here? This is the sea salt. This is the almond, quinoa, original, and milk chocolate. Let's go with the milk chocolate here. The boxes are not very substantial. This is fairly thin cardboard, but that's more than fine. So here's the bar itself. Again, very well branded, QR codes to lead you to all sorts of things. Like Mr. Beast does a really good job of integrating everything he does into everything else he does as well, which is what makes his stuff so successful. It is that cross integration of everything. Nothing is really standalone. This does not really smell very milk chocolatey. Like, it smells darker than most milk chocolate I would have had. We've got the share strip up at the top and then the devour at the bottom. Snaps off nice and clean. Definitely a milk chocolate. Not as super sweet as some milk chocolate out there, which is good. Overall, really good experience, even though I did not seem to get my t-shirt. So we got our Mr. Beast t-shirt, but we had a little snafu with the camera and the memory card filled up, so we didn't get the footage of me opening this guy. It's a really well-made t-shirt. They do the branding and things inside with the tag as well, like everything Mr. Beast does, kind of to that next level. This shipped about 9 days or so after the chocolate arrived, so it came in about 2 weeks later. I think they could have improved that messaging a bit just to make that a little more clear when, you know, they say something is shipped. They said, hey, your order's shipped. I think they could have maybe done a little better on that messaging when they ship the chocolate, just to say, hey, the t-shirt is going to be coming later. Probably would cut down on a lot of support requests, but overall, not an unpleasant experience. It took about a week to get the chocolate and about 3 weeks to end up getting this shirt that I'm sure one of my kids will enjoy. So overall, pretty good experience. It's always fun trying to, you know, nitpick the details on one of these that's done really well. So good job to Mr. Beast and his team for putting together a great e-commerce experience. Here are a couple of videos that YouTube thinks you would like if you would like to continue watching. If you're into e-commerce topics, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.